Good morning, dear friends. So, we are going to start the second portion or second part of drainage system. We have discussed the first part and we have tried the second part now, and it will continue up to the northern rivers in brief, and in third part we will try to complete the peninsular rivers. I hope you will enjoy. So let's start the chapter. We have learned a lot of things in previous section of drainage system, and now we are going to start drainage system part 2. We will start from the differences between Himalayan versus peninsular river systems. You can see we have discussed each of these river systems on map pointing. So what are the basic differences? Before going to differences, we can remind the systems of northern rivers as well as peninsular rivers, and this one is the Indus river system. We are very much aware this includes the portion of entire river system. Here Indus is the major river. Jhelum, then Chenab, Ravi, Satluj, Byas are important tributaries in India. Then come to the Ganga. This one is Ganga. This is the major river, and the most important tributary of Ganga is Yamuna. Here we can see the Yamuna. Then important tributaries of Yamunas, Banas, Chambal, then Sindh, Betwas, Ken. Then in on right flank, Son is also important tributary of Ganga. Then here we can say see the Damodar, then Mayurakchi. In left flank we can see the important rivers. Ghagra is the most important one, then Gandak, and this one was Gomti, then Koshi. So all these important tributaries of river Ganga. Then the main river moving towards Bangladesh as Padma, and this is Hooghly. यहाँ फरक्का बैरेज से वो सीधे बांग्लादेश में चले जाते हैं. वहाँ पे ब्रह्मपुत्र enters in the name of Jamuna and meet with Padma, and jointly known as Padma they are moving towards, and finally Meghna meets the Padma and common delta, they form the common delta. So this is what about the Himalayan rivers. Come to the peninsular river, we will start the west flowing rivers. The important one, Narmada, the most important one. The twins rivers, they are known as twins, Narmada and Tapi. They are parallel to each other, nearly parallel. Another one, Mahi and Sabarmati, Luni, the largest river of Rajasthan. Then come to the right side, it means we are talking about the east flowing rivers. Here we can see as Mahanadi. Then come to the Godavari. This is the delta of Godavari. This is Godavari delta. This is the wrong one, the wrong map. Actually this one is meeting like this, and then come to, this is wrongly mentioned, so wrong map is drawn. Come to the Krishna. This is the Krishna one. Krishna is coming in this direction and meeting Bay of Bengal. And this is the delta of Godavari, and this is the delta of Krishna. Then come to the south most important river, This is Kaveri. So these are important river systems of peninsula as well as Himalayas. An important question is generally asked: distinguish between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. The first answer we can take from their name. The Himalayan rivers come from or originates from Himalayas. Peninsular rivers are originated from peninsula, or peninsular rivers start from peninsula. सिंपल है कि हिमालयन रिवर्स हिमालय से निकलती है, पेनिनसुलर रिवर पेनिनसुला से निकलती है. कम टू सेकेंड पॉइंट, फेडेड source of water. Himalayan rivers, the source of water of Himalayan rivers, they are snow faded as well as rain faded. But whenever you are talking about the peninsular Indian rivers, they are only rain faded. आपको कहीं भी पेनिनसुला में स्नो कैप नहीं मिलेगा. So they are only rain faded. Third point is very much linked. They are perennial or non-perennial. Perennial means they are full with water throughout the year. At the same time, non-perennial means they are seasonal. So Himalayan rivers are perennial and peninsular rivers are non-perennial. These are 3 points. Come to the fourth one is navigation. Himalayan rivers are good for navigation in especially the plain region. I'm not talking about the Himalayan narrow region, but in plains they are good for navigation. But peninsular rivers are not so good for navigation. I'm not talking about the no navigation is going on in peninsular rivers. And some places they are good for navigation, but when general talk we can see that peninsular rivers are not good for navigation. So these are the points, and come to the next important point regarding hydel power. A number of waterfalls are formed by the peninsular rivers in their way, so they are good for hydel power projects. But at the same time, Himalayan rivers while moving in plains are not good for hydel power project. So all these important issue, you can take the next 6 point as examples. You can find out the name of Himalayan rivers: Indus, Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, all those rivers. And in peninsula, Narmada, Tapi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi. So these are the examples. You can write the answer of the question: distinguish between Himalayan rivers as well as peninsular rivers, or distinguish between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. So next question is economic importance of rivers. This is very important question, generally asked for class 9 as well as class 11. Economic use of rivers. And here I have mentioned simple statement: fishery, irrigation, navigation, drinking water, water sports, hydel power generation. So you can memorize only these points. No need to explore many points. I want this portion very much easy. So one simple student or with a small help of your mind, you can memorize this or you can understand this. Fishery, all of you are very much aware. Irrigation, navigation. Navigation means we are talking about the water transportation. Irrigation आप सब जानते हो, watering. Fishing मतलब fish breeding और fish keeping. Drinking water आप सभी जानते हो, because civilization does take place only in those areas where drinking water is easily available. You can take example from history. Water sports, this is the modern day phenomena where people are enjoying a different number of water sports, and it is happening in rivers and lakes. Hydel power generation, this is the latest demand of or the modern generation or modern time demand what rivers are fulfilling. So this is the simple term, find WH questions. This is the way how to memorize this answer. F for fishery, I for irrigation, N for navigation, D for drinking water, W for water sports, H for hydropower. So you have to memorize, just find WH questions, FIND WH. So you can answer this question. So I think आपको अच्छा लगा होगा. Next, east flowing versus west flowing peninsular rivers. This is also an important question generally asked in all exams. So simply लोग क्या करते हैं कि वो आंसर सीधे लिखना शुरू करते हैं, बट मेरा मानना है एज ए टीचर कि पहले आप एग्जाम्पल लिखो, क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है ना, ईस्ट फ्लोइंग वेस्ट फ्लोइंग में बच्चे क्या होते हैं कि दे वांट टू राइट द पॉइंट्स ऑफ ईस्ट फ्लोइंग बट दे आर राइटिंग द पॉइंट्स ऑफ वेस्ट फ्लोइंग. Suppose I am talking that east flowing rivers are moving towards east, west flowing moving towards west. But other points they are writing, they are confused while writing the points. So the first point, what we have to write, the examples are the name of the rivers which are east flowing and which are west flowing. So we can find out the name of the rivers: Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, then Kaveri. These are the important rivers. Narmada and Tapi, they are known as twins. They are important west flowing rivers. So the second point, they discharge their water. If they are east flowing rivers, it means they are discharged their water to the Bay of Bengal. If they are west flowing rivers, they are discharged their water in Arabian Sea. Then erosion. Whenever we are talking about the erosion, the west flowing rivers are moving through the default or the valley which is generally formed with hard rocks, especially the igneous and metamorphic rocks. So they do the least erosion work, but just opposite, east flowing rivers are doing more erosion work in their course. So while doing more erosion, they are wider river course, but this one is having narrow river course. The last one, if you are doing erosion, it means there will be sedimentation on their mouths. So east flowing rivers are forming deltas on their mouth. But if the mouths are very much clear, there is no sedimentation. It means mouth is totally open throughout the year. It means it is known as estuary, and this is formed by the west flowing rivers, especially Narmada and Tapi on their mouth. तो डेल्टा एंड एस्चुरी का डिफरेंस भी कई बार पूछा जाता है, मैं अभी क्लियर कर दूं. डेल्टा इज फॉर्म्ड इन दोज रीजन्स वेयर rivers are bringing huge amount of sediments with it and deposit on its mouth. And estuary, if when rivers are bringing less amount or less quantity of sediments and their mouth is throughout the year clear, is known as estuary. estuary का मतलब होता है कि ऐसा जहाँ सेडिमेंटेशन कम हो, और डेल्टा मीन्स सेडिमेंटेशन ज़्यादा हो. तो वहाँ रिवर्स क्या होती है ना, डिफरेंट चैनल्स में बहने लगती है. ठीक है, जैसे हमने गंगा के बारे में बात किया कि वहाँ पे उसके माउथ पे डेल्टा बनता है. अगर यहाँ नीचे हमने बात किया गोदावरी का, हमने बात किया ये आपके कृष्णा का, हमने बात किया महानदी का, तो ये सारे डेल्टा बनाते हैं. बट महानदी सॉरी नर्मदा एंड तापी ये डेल्टा नहीं बनाते. ये एक इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. तो अभी तक का अगर हम पूरा पोर्शन देखें ऑन द व्यू ऑफ क्लास 9, तो ये सारे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस 9 के हो चुके हैं. 9 के क्वेश्चंस में अब हमारे पास बाकी क्या है, सम इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द रिवर्स. बट जनरल क्वेश्चंस जो क्लास 9 के थे वो हमने सारा कवर कर लिया है. अगर आप अपने नॉलेज को ज़्यादा इंक्रीज करना चाहते हैं तब आप डेप्थ में जा सकते हैं. बट क्लास 11 के परस्पेक्टिव वी हैव टू गो towards the depth of the knowledge. So here we are going to start the different river systems in proper manner. So this is the Indus River system. This is the first map, and here we can see the origin of Indus River system from Mansarovar Lake, and you can see the path of the major stream or the major river. And near Gilgit, it enters in Pakistan and moving through the plain and finally discharge its water near Karachi to the Arabian Sea. A number of tributaries are there from right flanks and from west flank. A number of rivers coming from Afghanistan, some rivers from Pakistan, they meet in this. You can find out the name of these rivers in India: Gilgit, then Swat. Swat Valley is quite important in Pakistan for its agricultural aspect. Kabul River, this is important river coming from Afghanistan. Then Gumal, and right flank we are very much aware: Satluj, Chenab, Ravi, Jhelum. These are the important rivers. Byas. So come to the next, and if you want to memorize the names on the map, if you are not able to find out, you can write the names of these rivers. Left Mang rivers are tributaries: Jaska River, Suru River, Swan, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas, Satluj. Then these are the left, and from right you can find out Swat, Gilgit, then Hunja, then Swat, then Kunnar, Kurram, Gomal, and Kabul. These are the major right bank tributaries. And here we can find out the source: Jhelum, Vairinag, Chenab, Baralakcha Pass, Ravi near Rotang Pass, Byas near Rotang Pass, Satluj, Mansarovar, Rakas lakes के पास. इनके लेंथ्स भी आपके यहाँ पे you can find out: 720 किलोमीटर झेलम, 1180 किलोमीटर चिनाव, 725 किलोमीटर रावी, 460 किलोमीटर ब्यास, 1450 kilometer Satluj, the most important tributary of river Indus. And here you can find out the river Indus. And Kailas range near Mansarovar Lake. This is the source of rivers Indus, and its length is 2880 kilometer, and in India 710 kilometer. So this is what about the length and sources of these major rivers. Some important glimpse about rivers India, Indus river system. You can find out near Bokhar Chu in Tibetan region, an altitude of 4164 meter in Kailas range near Mansarovar Lake. The river flows northwest and enters in Ladakh region in India from Demchok. After entering India, Indus rivers flow between Karakoram and Ladakh range. This is important one. ये आपको जानना चाहिए. More closer to Ladakh lake. Sorry, Ladakh range. Come to at a place called Dungati. The river takes a sharp southwestern and cuts through the Ladakh range, and then takes a northwestern course and continues to flow towards the Leh region of Ladakh along with the Ladakh range. Come to after reaching Leh river, continues the northwestern course and reaches the town of Batalik. Batalik sector is important and near POK, जो इंडिया का LOC है, which is the Kargil, in Kargil district. ये आपका इंडियन आर्मी के नज़रिए से काफ़ी एक important रीजन है Batalik sector. Then it is joined by the Jaskar river at Leh. ये सब आप याद रख सकते हैं. Near Skardu, it joined by the Shayak at the elevation of about 2700 meter, Sayak river. Then the Gilgit, Kartang, Dras, Srinagar, Hunja are the Himalayan tributaries of Indus here. Then now the Indus river enters into Baltistan region through the city of Sakaradu and continues to flow northwest towards the city of Gilgit. Then upon reaching the city of Gilgit, the river takes a south bend and then turns west and then fully enters the northwest frontier provinces of Pakistan, and which is called as खैबर, ये याद रखिए, खैबर पख्तूनख्वा. The Kabul River empties into the Indus River near Attock in Pakistan. Its main river in eastern Afghanistan and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region provinces are of Pakistan. ये important province है पाकिस्तान का, आप जानते हैं, अक्सर वहाँ पे confusion और problems होती रहती है. The river then takes a southwestern course and continues to flow across the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. It then flows towards the plain of western and southern Punjab province of Pakistan. The river continues to head towards the Sindhu province of Pakistan, just above the Mithankot. ये टर्म आप याद रखेंगे. Just above the Mithankot, the Indus received the accumulated waters of 5 stone tributaries. These are the 5 tributaries of Indus coming from India, and jointly इनका जो पानी है वो मिथानकोट के आसपास इंडस से मिलता है. In Sindh province, river accumulates a lot of sediments and forms the Indus River Delta before draining into the Arabian Sea near Karachi. We have discussed all these things कि कराची के पास, कराची is located in Sindh province of Pakistan, और इसके आसपास एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण डेल्टा इंडस रिवर बनाती है और इसके बाद ये अपने आप को डिस्चार्ज कर देती है. Then the most important river system of India. Here we are having map. This is the Ganga, and this one is Bhagirathi, and this is Alaknanda, and this location is known as देवप्रयाग, जहाँ पे दोनों मिलते हैं और फिर ये गंगा के नाम से आगे चलते हैं. This one is the second one, ऋषिकेश and Haridwar. Then Kanpur, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna. Then this is the Farakka, as name of Hooghly, and enters in Bangladesh and flows as Padma. Important tributaries, here names are, numbers are mentioned if you are not able to see, and here names are here. Number 1 Yamuna, number 2 Son, number 3 Gomati. This is the Gomti. You can find out the name Gomti, जिसके पास आपका लखनऊ है. Then Ghagra, then Gandak, then Koshi. In south you can find out Damodar also. So these are also important rivers from India as well as of Ganga river system. गंगा एंड इट्स हेड स्ट्रीम्स. मैंने इसको डेप्थ में करने का प्रयास किया. कई बार क्या होता है ना, बच्चों की डिमांड होती है कि सर इसको और डेप्थ में ले जाइए, क्योंकि बड़े बड़े एग्जाम्स में इसको काफ़ी डेप्थ में पूछा जाता है. सो आई हैव ट्राइड, एंड सम इम्पॉर्टेंट confluences are mentioned here. 5 prayags are there, and each and everything I have tried. So please be focused. We are very much aware Bhagirathi and Alaknanda confluence in the town of Devprayag in the Garhwal district or division, Indian state of Uttarakhand, and this is the place from where Ganga is known as Ganga, or the mainstream is known as River Ganga. But what happened before it? Although many small streams comprise the headwaters of Ganga, the 6 head streams are: number 1 Alaknanda, number 2 Dhauli Ganga, number 3 Nandakini, number 4 Pindar, number 5 Mandakini, number 6 Bhagirathi. So these are 6 head streams which jointly discharge their water or bring their water together, and from Devprayag it is known as river Ganga. Their confluence is known as the Panch Prayag. ये जो आपकी 6 ट्रिब्यूटरीज आपको दिख रही है, 6 हेड स्ट्रीम्स दिख रहे हैं, इनके जो कन्फ्लुएंसेस है, कन्फ्लुएंसेस मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट संगम इन हिंदी. संगम हिंदी में बोलते हैं, गंगा यमुना का संगम इलाहाबाद में है, और इलाहाबाद को हम प्रयागराज बोलते हैं. यानी प्रयाग का मतलब होता है संगम. अगर भारतीय परंपरा को देखें तो होली प्लेस, जहाँ पे यज्ञ पुराने काल में हुआ था, तो प्रयाग का मतलब अगर हम जनरल ज्योग्राफिकल टर्म में देखें तो संगम अगर ले सकते हैं, लेकिन प्रयाग मतलब एक ऐसा प्लेस जहाँ यज्ञ हुआ था. प्रयागराज मतलब सारे प्रयागों का महान स्थल, उससे बड़ा मतलब प्रयाग नहीं है. सो वी आर एंशिएंट टर्म है ये पंच प्रयाग. एंड सबसे बड़ी चीज ये है कि ये जो पांचों प्रयाग है वो अलोंग अलकनंदा है. अगर हम मैथोलॉजिकल व्यू देखें तो भागीरथी इज इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि यहाँ इन्हीं का ओरिजिन आपके गोमुख से होता है, गंगोत्री ग्लेशियर जो आपने नाम सुना है. बट ऑन द व्यू ऑफ वाटर geographical study, Alaknanda is major river because it is the river which brings major water part for river Ganga. So first Devprayag, the place of confluence of Bhagirathi river and Alaknanda. हम नीचे से ऊपर की तरफ जा रहे हैं, याद रखिएगा, from down to top or from bottom to top. We are starting from Devprayag as number 1, the place of confluence of Bhagirathi river with Alaknanda. This is the final Prayag, which is known as Devprayag. Before it, the place Rudraprayag. Rudraprayag, the place of confluence of Mandakini river and Alaknanda river. I think Mandakini आपको याद होगा, नहीं तो हम आगे मैप में इसको देखेंगे. Then Nandaprayag is there, the place of confluence of Nandakini river and Alaknanda river. Then Karan Prayag is there, confluence of Pindar river and Alaknanda river. Then Vishnu Prayag is there, the place of confluence of Dhauli Ganga river and Alaknanda river. अब इसका मैप देखते हैं, यहाँ पे आपको पूरा क्लियर हो जाएगा. मैंने कहा था ना, ये बॉटम टू टॉप, दिस इज देवप्रयाग, रुद्रप्रयाग, करण प्रयाग, नंद प्रयाग एंड विष्णु प्रयाग. अगर विष्णु को ध्यान से रखिए आप, तो आप समझ जाएंगे. बद्रीनाथ, धौली गंगा रिवर है, ये आपके बद्रीनाथ के पास विष्णु प्रयाग बनता है. ये आपकी अलकनंदा रिवर. इसके बाद ये अलकनंदा रिवर आप देख रहे हैं बद्रीनाथ से होते हुए आ रही है, और यहाँ बद्रीनाथ के बगल से धौली गंगा, और यहाँ पे आपका विष्णु प्रयाग, ये कॉन्फ्लुएंस बनता है धौली गंगा और अलकनंदा. देन नंद प्रयाग, अलकनंदा, एंड दिस इज कमिंग एज नंदाकिनी. वन वेरी नेक्स्ट करण प्रयाग, पिंडर गंगा इज कमिंग एंड मीटिंग एट करण प्रयाग. मंदाकिनी, मैंने मंदाकिनी आपको बताया था ना कि आपको नाम याद होगा. मंदाकिनी मीन्स जो डिस्ट्रक्शन हुआ था केदारनाथ में, वही मंदाकिनी रिवर. ये रुद्रप्रयाग के पास अलकनंदा से कन्फ्लुएंस बनाती है. देन देवप्रयाग, फाइनली अलकनंदा मीट्स विथ भागीरथी, एंड विद द नेम ऑफ गंगा it starts at the mainstream or the major river of India as Ganga. तो आप ये याद रखिएगा, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मैप है, अक्सर सिविल सर्विसेज वगैरह में भी इससे पूछा जाता है. Then some important glimpse on river Ganga system. The Ganga river system is the most important river system of India. It is known as the lifeline of northern India. The entire northern plains of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal is the gift of this river system. The total length of Ganga river from the source to its mouth along with Hooghly, this is measured along with the Hooghly, not in Bangladesh, it is 2525 km. At Farakka it bifurcates into Bhagirathi and Hooghly. In West Bengal, it is known as Hooghly and Padmal and later on Meghna in Bangladesh. The Ganga was ranked as the fifth most polluted river in the world in 2007. Why I'm talking about? It is quite important portion or quite important thing to be aware for small kids as well as our teenagers. If pollution is there, then the solution is there. Ganga Action Plan did take place. Nowadays, Namami Gange plan has been taken place. And Government of India is doing a lot of things, but without participation of common people, no plan can be successful. So all of you are requested to join hands together and make Ganga a clean Ganga. So I hope we will try to not only make the river Ganga as a clean Ganga, but all Indian rivers pollution free. Then we are talking about the tributaries of river Ganga. Left bank tributaries of river Ganga. Ram Ganga. The Ram Ganga river rises in Garhwal district of Uttarakhand. It enters the Ganga plain near Kalagarh. It joins the Ganga near Kannauj. कन्नौज के पास ये कॉन्फ्लुएंस बनाते हैं. The tributaries of Ram Ganga, the Koh, the Gangan, the Aril, the Koshi. This is not the Koshi of Bihar. The Deoha, जिसको गोरा भी बोलते हैं. Then come to Ghagra river. This is the most important river on left bank in Uttar Pradesh. Its source is near Burla Mandhata peak, south of Mansarovar in Tibet. It is known as the Karnali in western Nepal. Its important tributaries are Sarda, the Sarju, and the Rapti. The Ghagra joins the Ganga in Sitab Diara near Chhapra in Bihar. ये सिताब दियरा जो पोर्शन है ना, it is located between Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Chhapra district of Bihar and Baliar district of Uttar Pradesh. And also important for the birthplace of Sri Jayaprakash Narayan. वही जयप्रकाश नारायण जिन्होंने भारत में इमरजेंसी के खिलाफ एक आवाज बुलंद की थी. To save democracy, important movement against the forces who are trying to finish democracy in India, and he raised his voice with the support of students. याद रखिएगा, इसमें यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट्स का बहुत बड़ा रोल था इस मूवमेंट में, to protect democracy. ये उन्हीं का बर्थ प्लेस है सिताब दियरा. वहाँ पे बिहार और यूपी को जोड़ने के लिए एक ब्रिज बनाया गया. उस ब्रिज का नाम भी रखा गया है जयप्रभा सेतु. जय मीन्स जयप्रकाश नारायण जी के नाम पे और प्रभा जो उनकी वाइफ थी. Then come to the Kali River. Kali River rises in the high glacier of Trans Himalayas. It forms the boundary between Nepal and Kumaon. Kumaon is in Uttarakhand. It is known as the Sarda after it reaches the plains up near Tanakpur. It joins the Gandak River. गंडक रिवर हम आगे पढ़ेंगे और गंडक रिवर का वाटर फिर गंगा में पहुंचता है. Come to the Gandak River. It originates near the Tibet-Nepal border at the height of 7620 meter. It receives a large number of tributaries in Nepali Himalaya. Its important tributaries are Kali Gandak, the Mayangaddi, the Bari, and the Trishuli. It flows into Ganga at Hajipur in Bihar. बिहार में जो फ्लड होता है ना, उसमें गंडक का, बूढ़ी गंडक का और कोसी का सबसे बड़ा रोल है, जिसमें कोसी सबसे ज़्यादा प्रभावशाली है. इट इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज शोक ऑफ बिहार और सॉरो ऑफ बिहार. Then come to Buri Gandak. It originates from the western slope of Sumesar Hills near the India-Nepal border. It joins the Ganga near Munger town. Spelling is wrong. Munger. ये मुंगेर एक डिवीजन है बिहार का, भागलपुर के आसपास. Then the Kosi River. It consists of 7 streams, namely Sad Kosi, Tamba Kosi, Talkha, दूध कोशी. तलखा अलग है, दूध कोशी अलग है. बोटिया कोशी, अरुण एंड तंबर. ये इंपॉर्टेंट 7 स्ट्रीम्स है और इनकी सबसे बड़ी खासियत है ना, ये अपना जो कोर्स है वो बदलते रहते हैं. याद रखिएगा, सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम कोसी रिवर्स एंड इसके ट्रिब्यूटरीज का है कि अपने कोर्स बदल देते हैं. दीज स्ट्रीम्स फ्लो थ्रू ईस्टर्न नेपाल विच इज नोन एज द सप्त कौशिक रीजन. ये इंपॉर्टेंट पोर्शन है. व्हाट इज सप्त कौशिक रीजन, ये सिविल सर्विसेज में भी कई बार पूछा जा सका है. सप्त कौशिक रीजन क्या है एंड वेयर इज इट लोकेटेड? Write a short note on Sapt Kaushik region. The sources of 7 streams of Koshi are located in snow-covered areas which also receives heavy rainfall. Two things: heavy rainfall region, another is snow-faded. So it acquires a huge amount of water which is discharged in river Ganga. तो river Ganga में जो water supply है उसमें बहुत बड़ा रोल आपके कोशी का है. 7 streams mingle with each other to form 3 streams named as Tumar, Arun and San Koshi. These are the important 3 tributaries. जो 7 streams वो एक साथ mingle होती हैं, फिर ये कोसी के साथ attach होती हैं. Then we can find out the river Yamuna, the most important tributary of river Ganga, on the right bank. Source यमुनोत्री. इसके बारे में आप देख सकते हैं, ये हिंदुओं का एक प्रसिद्ध होली विजिट होता है. 4 धाम जो हिंदूज करते हैं ना उत्तराखंड में, यमुनोत्री, गंगोत्री, बद्रीनाथ एंड केदारनाथ धाम, तो उसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट है यमुनोत्री. देन लोकेशन बंदरपूंछ पिक का नाम है बंदरपूंछ पिक. यमुनोत्री ग्लेशियर का नाम है, प्लेस भी है. उत्तरकाशी डिस्ट्रिक्ट, उत्तराखंड, इंडिया. This is the latitude and this is the longitude. 31 degree 01 minute 12 second north. Then 78 degree 27 minute 0 second east. Elevation is 3293 meter or 10,804 feet height. Mouth means where it discharges its water to river Ganga near Allahabad. लोकेशन त्रिवेणी संगम, इलाहाबाद के पास ये अपना माउथ बनाते हैं. वहाँ के कोऑर्डिनेट्स दे दिया इलाहाबाद के आसपास का, जहाँ पे ये रिवर गंगा के साथ कॉन्फ्लुएंस बनाते हैं. देन एलिवेशन फ्रॉम सी लेवल इट इज जस्ट 74 मीटर हाइट. यानी इलाहाबाद का जहाँ पे इनका कॉन्फ्लुएंस है, अगर आप सी लेवल से देखिए तो 74 मीटर हाइट है केवल. लेंथ ऑफ रिवर यमुना 1376 kilometer. Basin size 3,66,223 kilometers square. Then location we have discussed. Discharge Allahabad. Water 2950 meter cube per second. ये वाटर का आपका है कि कितना वाटर ये डिस्चार्ज करते हैं. Then important tributaries from left: Tons, Hindon, Hanuman Ganga, then Sasur, Khedri, Kaderi, then right, Giri, then Baghin, Chambal, Betwa, Sindh, Ken. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं ये सारे आपके चंबल इसके बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट ट्रिब्यूटरी में आते हैं. चंबल, बनास चंबल की ट्रिब्यूटरी है. काली सिंध, देन पार्वती रिवर है ये. देन दिस इज सिंध, this is Betwa, this is Ken. So these are the important tributaries. We can have some knowledge about the Chambal River. The Chambal rises in the highlands of Jhapao Hills, 700 meter height in the Vindhya range. It flows through Malwa Plateau and joins the Yamuna in Etawah district of Uttar Pradesh. The river flows much below its banks due to severe erosion because of poor rainfall, and numerous deep ravines have been formed in the Chambal Valley, giving rise to badland topography. इसी को badland topography of Chambal, it is known as बीहड़ of Chambal. इसके बारे में हमने पढ़ा था आपके फिजियोग्राफी में और फिजिकल डिविजन्स में. Then total length of Chambal is 1050 kilometer. Its tributary is Banas River. The Banas is a tributary of Chambal. It originates in the southern part of the Aravalli range. It joins Chambal near Savai Madhopur. Sindh. The Sindh originates in Vidisha plateau of Madhya Pradesh. It flows for a distance of 415 km before it joins the Yamuna. Then Betwa River. The Betwa rises in Bhopal district with the range and joins the Yamuna. It has a total length of 590 km. The Dharshan is its important tributary. Kane, sorry, the Kane River rising from the Barni range of Madhya Pradesh joins the Yamuna near Chila. The Son rises in the Amarkantak plateau. याद रखिएगा अमरकंटक प्लेटू के आसपास हमने बताया था कि जब हम बात कर रहे थे शुरू में ड्रेनेज पैटर्न में, तो आप याद रखिएगा कि कौन से पैटर्न में, एक बार आप रिमाइंड करेंगे खुद को, वहाँ सोन, नर्मदा और महानदी तीनों का ही ओरिजिन है. तो कैसे वो आप एक बार देखेंगे. इट पासेस अलोंग द कैमूर रेंज. It joins Ganga near Danapur in Patna district of Bihar. It flows for a distance of 784 km from its source. The important tributaries of Son are the Johila, the Gopat, the Rihand, the Kanhar and the North Koel. ये रिहंद पे ही रिहंद सागर बना हुआ है. ये इम्पोर्टेंट पावर प्रोजेक्ट है इंडिया का. नॉर्थ कोयल बिहार में एक इम्पोर्टेंट रिवर मानी जाती है. दामोदर रिवर, जिसको सौरो ऑफ बंगाल कहते थे पहले, और जैसे कोसी को सौरो ऑफ बिहार कहते हैं, दामोदर को एक समय सौरो ऑफ बंगाल कहते थे. बट नाउ इट इज नोन एज द गिफ्ट. व्हाई इट इज नोन एज गिफ्ट ऑफ बंगाल? ए नंबर ऑफ पावर प्रोजेक्ट्स हैव बीन डेवलप्ड ऑन रिवर दामोदर एंड इट्स ट्रिब्यूटरीज, एंड दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग वाटर फॉर इरिगेशन एज वेल एज हाइडल पावर फॉर सिविलाइजेशन. ये जिस रीजन से बहती है वो दिस रीजन इज वेरी मच रिच इन मिनरल एंड माइनिंग एंड इंडस्ट्रियल एक्टिविटी. Important tributaries are there: Barakar, Konar, Bokaro and Hatharo. The Barakar is the most important tributary of Damodar. Several dams have been constructed. The valley is called as the Ruhr of India. Ruhr of India means we are talking about the important center for minerals, or the huge mineral deposit in this region. It joins the Hooghly River 48 km below Kolkata. The total length of the river is 541 km. Then we are coming to our third major river system of North India. This is Brahmaputra. You can find out its path parallel to Himalaya, and here it has a sharp turn and it enters in India, and this is the path, and again short turn and passes throughout Bangladesh, and here it meets with river Padma. Brahmaputra river system, its length is 2900 km. Here we are talking about river Brahmaputra. The source Chemayungdung Glacier. Again, Chemayungdung Glacier near Kailash Range, 5150 meter height. ये याद रखिएगा किस ग्लेशियर से निकलते हैं. Is very close to the source of Indus and Satluj. ये वो रिवर्स हैं जो प्री हिमालयन रिवर्स माने जाते हैं, इंडस, सतलुज एंड ब्रह्मपुत्र. Then Mariam La separates the source of Brahmaputra from Mansarovar lakes. जो वो वाटर डिवाइडर जो दोनों को अलग करते हैं. Brahmaputra flows eastwards in southern Tibet from about 1800 km. In Tibet, it passes through the depression between the Great Himalayas and Kailash Range. ये जिससे पास कर रहे हैं वो डेप्थ, ये एक टर्फ है और डिप्रेशन है ग्रेट हिमालयाज और कैलाश रेंज के बीच में, जिसके थ्रू ये अपना फ्लो करते हैं. इन स्पाइट ऑफ द exceptionally high altitude, the Shangpo T silent होगा. The Sangpo has a gentle slope. The river is sluggish and has a wide navigable channel about 640 किलोमीटर. मतलब gentle slope होने की वजह से navigation possible है. The first major tributary to is the Raga Sangpo. The first major tributary to river Brahmaputra, meeting the Sangpo near Latse, Jong. The river Nagangchu flows through the trade center of Gansi in the south and joins the main river. Towards the end of journeying Tibet, its course abruptly takes a southward turn around नामचा बरुआ पीक. याद रखिएगा, नामचा बरुआ पीक से टकराने के बाद अचानक से एक साउथवर्ड टर्न इनका होता है. नामचा बरुआ का हाइट है 7756 मीटर. नामचा बरुआ का लोकेशन आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं. यह शार्प टर्न है, शार्प टर्न आप जो देख रहे हैं, जस्ट यू टर्न आप देखिए, दिस इज नोन एज यू टर्न. नामचा बरुआ के सराउंडिंग में. Here it cuts across the eastern Himalayas through Dihang or Siang Gorge and emerges from the mountains near Sadia in the Assam Valley. Here it first flowed under the name of Siang and then as Dihang. First at the name of Siang and then as Dihang. In the northeastern part of Assam Valley, it joins by two important tributaries, the Dibang or Sikang from the north and Lohit from the south. The main stream merging with the Brahmaputra from the north are important नाम देखिए, Subansiri, the Kaming, the Dhamsari, then Radak, then the Tista. Tista is also an important tributary, one of the most important tributary in India. The Tista was a tributary to Ganga. ये याद रखिएगा, बहुत ही important point है ये. The Tista was a tributary to river Ganga prior to the floods of 1787, after which it diverted its course eastwards to join the Brahmaputra. Tista was earlier tributary of river Ganga, but from the incident of the flood of 1787, it changes its course towards the eastward and joins river Brahmaputra. The river, it means we are talking about the Brahmaputra river, is 16 किलोमीटर wide. ये सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट देखिए, 16 किलोमीटर वाइड एट डिब्रूगढ़ एंड फॉर्म्स मेनी आइलैंड्स. रिवराइन आइलैंड्स जिसको बोलते हैं, रिवर के बीच में आइलैंड्स. गंगा के पास भी है नवद्वीप और यहाँ पे है मजुली. ये वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा आइलैंड जो रिवराइन आइलैंड माना जाता है. It is 90 kilometer long and measure 20 kilometer widest. It means 1800 kilometer square. It's का area हो गया आपका. With rainfall concentrated during the monsoon months only, the river has to carry enormous quantities of water and silt, which results the disastrous flood in Assam. हर साल आप जानते हैं Assam is suffering from the great disaster of flood from Brahmaputra and its tributaries. The river is navigable from a distance of 1384 km up to Dibrugarh from its mouth. माउथ से लेके डिब्रूगढ़ तक नेविगेशन के लिए अच्छा है and serves as an excellent inland water transport route. Brahmaputra bends southward and enters Bangladesh near धुबरी. ये याद रखिएगा, धुबरी के आसपास ये बांग्लादेश में एंटर करते हैं. It flows for a distance of 270 km in the name of Jamuna River. बांग्लादेश में एंटर के समय इनका नाम होता है जमुना रिवर, not यमुना, it's Jamuna, and join Ganga at north of Golando Ghat. The united stream of Jamuna and Ganga, the united stream of Jamuna and Ganga flow further in the name of Padma. Padma के नाम से joint stream आगे चलते हैं. About 105 kilometer further downstream, the Padma is joined on the left bank of the Meghna. ठीक ना, मेघना से मुलाकात होती है पद्मा की 105 किलोमीटर के पास. From the confluence of Padma and Meghna, the combined river is known as Meghna in Bangladesh, which makes a very broad mouth before pouring its water or discharge its water in the Bay of Bengal as the Sundarban Delta. I think Sundarban Delta के जो इम्पोर्टेंट जो ये पद्मा और मेघना दोनों जॉइंटली आगे जाते हैं एज अ नेम ऑफ मेघना और सुंदरबन डेल्टा बनाते हैं और अपना वाटर डिस्चार्ज करते हैं इन नंबर ऑफ चैनल्स. याद रखिएगा कि बहुत सारे चैनल्स बनते हैं और उन चैनल्स को हम बोलते हैं, जैसे एक एग्जांपल हम आपको देखते हैं. सपोज दिस इज द मेन वाटर, दिस इज नोन एज द मेन रिवर. And what is happening if sedimentation is taking place in this portion? What happened? The river is moving in number of channels are taking place. Because of sedimentation, it is not easy to flow in a single way. So river is discharging its waters into different channels, and this portion is known as Sundarban Delta. ये जो पोर्शन आप देख रहे हो ना, जो बीच बीच में ये सेडिमेंटेशन का पोर्शन है, ये आपका डेल्टाई पोर्शन है. और ये जो डिफरेंट स्ट्रीम्स हैं इसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज बोलते हैं. ए नंबर ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरीज आर फाउंड इन सुंदरबन रीजन. इसलिए वहाँ पे इतना आसान नहीं होता नेविगेशन या रहना. फ्लड की स्पेशली रेनी सीजन में या साइक्लोनिक सिचुएशन में, ये लोलैंड एरिया है तो यहाँ पे काफ़ी फ्लड का भी प्रॉब्लम होता है और यहाँ इतना आसान नहीं होता है मतलब सरवाइव करना. सो आई हैव ट्राइड वेल, आपको भी अच्छा लगा होगा. और जो भी आपकी सोच हो इस चैप्टर के बारे में या इस पोर्शन के बारे में वो ज़रूर बताइए. और जो भी आपके डाउट्स हो या क्वेश्चंस हो वो प्लीज़ उसे भेजिए, जिससे कि हम उसको और बेहतर ढंग से कंप्लीट कर पाए. बिकॉज विदाउट आपके डाउट्स और क्वेश्चंस टॉपिक इनकम्प्लीट जैसा लगता है. ओके, थैंक यू, ऑल द बेस्ट.